Whoops. Hello, hello, hello. We're back. More action Taimanin. Oh, you know what? Let me use up my BP real quick.
少し休むか。
Time of 5.
無理はするなよ。
Let's just skip it all. Okay, alright. How's it going, Ashton?
君か。さあ、号令をかけてくれ。準備はできている。
I was about to say this isn't a Gunner game, but it's a Taimanin game, so it kind of is a Gunner game. Let's see, who should I... Well, I mean, I guess I was training Mari, so let's go with Mari, I guess. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's do Mari. That outfit might be a bit too much. The bunny girl outfit. Actually, let's not use Mari. I've been using her a lot. I want to switch characters. Let's go with I haven't used Sakura in a while, so let's do Sakura. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I want it. Hydrate. Shikanosuke. Shikanosuke was focusing on training various combat situations in the simulation room. He's always eager to train, however right now he's even more eager than usual. Shikanosuke remembered what happened during a special camp he participated some time back. Fuma and Shikanosuke had a duel and Shikanosuke lost. It was more of a draw than a loss to be exact. However, Shikanosuke, who thought he'd win since he uses a ninja art, although he complimented Fuma on the spot, was quite shocked. He understood the result after hearing that Fuma has been trained by Murasaki, Rinko, Su, and others while commanding the task force. So, Shikanosuke thought he shouldn't waste time procrastinating. What's the matter, Shikanosuke? Is that all you got? His cousin, Miss Ureharurin, criticized him for losing concentration while wondering about the thoughts in his mind. I should have picked Rin. She was helping with training under the request of Shikanosuke. She loves her cute cousin, but no, it's because she loves him that she trains him harder than usual. No, it's not. I'm just starting. Good, on to the next workout. Shikanosuke's training continues. Students. Huh? Everyone is so young. What are you talking about? You're pretty much the same age. Oh, I could have picked Tebiko too. On that day, Gosha students were gathered in the schoolyard. Most of them were very young, looking fresh while nervously waiting for the scheduled time. They were juniors of Gosha Academy. However, they're not just normal students. They're here to participate in a special curriculum that's about to begin right now. Only those who pass an exam or have a recommendation from their teacher have a right to join. In other words, it's a special camp for juniors. It's a 5-day schedule that's completely packed, divided into morning and afternoon with theory classes in the morning and field training in the afternoon. Only the morning of the first day and the afternoon class of the last day have special schedule. The schedule of the former is a warm-up class and the latter is an exam where the participants test what they've learned at the camp. It's an initiation test to be acknowledged as a top-class Taimanin, in which Yukikaze and Rinko were once the youngest individuals to pass with flying colors. So, of course, the future elites and those who have already been proving their abilities as active Taimanins are gathered here. Sorry, I misread that. Such as Misake Akane, who, although skipped some grades to high school, is eligible for the camp, or Kanazuki Sora and Igawa Sakia, who came back from UFS to join the camp. Misake Akane, isn't she the one in the orange? You may wonder what I, a senior, am doing among the juniors. Oh wait, the teacher said everyone should gather. Ah, got it. Begin each of your tasks. Yep. I was hoping around the camp with the people that were picked out to help. Even though they have already gone on missions, they are still juniors. An unexpected accident or trouble could take place during the intensive training schedule of 4 nights and 5 days. The instructors have a duty to take care and support them. Which is why not only teachers but elite Taimanin and seniors were called to help with the camp. The camp's management team has asked us separately so far, but now they're requesting the entire task force to help run the camp. So began this special camp for the juniors. Fuma, glad you're here. Sakia's so small. How tall is she? Let me see if I can look that up real quick. Let's see, so how tall is she? Igawa Sakuya. That's the wrong browser. Igawa Sakuya. Does she have canon height? I don't think she does. I mean, she probably does, it's just that not mentioned. Height. No, okay. Nope, nothing. Thank you for coming here. During the lunchtime of the first day, after the warm-up session in the morning was done, I met the 2 juniors who will be on my team. Wow, Sora and Saki are on my team. I guess something like this can happen as a result of a lottery. That was kind of awkward. The English there is kind of awkward. I don't think it's wrong, but it's a little strange, I guess. There were Kanazuki Sora and Igawa Sakuya, who I met on a mission at the UFS. Unlike Sora, who energetically greeted me, Sakuya beside her just gave me a formal greeting. In this camp, a team consists of 3 people, 1 senior and 2 junior students. The teams were randomly selected, but the 2 are friends and they've met before, so we don't need introductions, unlike other teams. However, that could create a few issues, such as being too friendly or too relaxed. I don't need to tell them directly since they are also Taimanins, but I decided to warn them. It's kind of like the mission in the airport with UFS. I think I would have put the UFS. But during the camp, I'm going to give you hints. I'm not a commander this time. You should do the same. Yes, sure. I was going to do that from the beginning. Sora replied as if she was surprised, and Sakuya replied bluntly. I hoped that she would be more friendly in the task force, but it's better like this at the moment. And of course, you have to treat each other not as friends, but as teammates to get you through the training. That may not be easy, but let's do this, Miss Igawa. Sure, Miss Kanazuki. No, not this awkward. It's not good to be too cautious. Just keep what I said in mind. Supporting is not an easy task since we were training and not on a mission. I have to think of a way to instruct them so that they can make their own decisions and improve. So the next team is... Oh, it's Fumo's team. Fumo, what will be your team's name? As I was thinking, Shikanosuke, who was filling out a form while circling around the teams, came to me. It seems like a teacher told him to write down each team's name. Just so you know, not every supporter is with the juniors. Several, like Shikanosuke and Hebiko, are supporting teachers in the management team, and some are helping with the theory classes or field training. A team name? Yeah, I'm asking for the team's name and writing them down so the teachers can recognize each team. I heard the teachers let you guys decide it to make you more independent. But as teams are just temporary, most others name their team after the support, their seniors' names. I see, then should we name ourselves Team Fuma? How does that sound? It doesn't matter. Yes, that would be great. As soon as I asked to check their opinions, both of them nodded, so I told their name and I decided to... As I asked to check their opinions, both of them nodded, so I told the name I decided to Shikanosuke. That was kind of awkward. This is Action Taimanin, and it is a gacha game based around the Taimanin franchise. And they basically cut out all the adult content, which I like because I'm not a big fan of the adult content subject matter in the visual novels. But I like the universe. I like the concepts. I just don't like the content of the visual novels. They tried to put in RPGX, but they handled that so badly it died within like a few months. Alright, see you around and good luck. I walked him out, and while he was heading towards the other team, I faced the 2 again. So here we are, it begins. Let's head to the simulation room. That is how Team Fuma started the special camp. That is crazy under boob. Ooh, open beta squat. Oh, Are they gonna have a PC client for that, Zydo? Maybe that'll be my next week's time on the stream. My next week's time on the Tuesday. Welcome everyone. I'm Mysawa Ao, the head instructor of the special camp. Nice to meet you. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Wait, hang on. Do I have this Steam page? Steam page. Taimanin. Yes, it is on. It does have a Steam page. Okay, I'm going to put this on my wish list and I'm going to follow it. Alright. Hello, Miss Ao. When we entered the simulation room, Aisawa Ao, a professional top-class Taimanin, greeted us. Oh my goodness, that underboob. Whew. That is one intense underboob she's got there. She's proud and never afraid to speak out her opinions to her seniors. Although she compromised when she argued against Headmistress Sasaki, she didn't abandon her beliefs. Of course, it's possible because she's talented and everyone knows she never becomes arrogant just because of that. Now you're about to start practical training, but before that, I would like to explain the simulated situation to you. Right after Miss Ao said that she showed the situation on a part of the wall, not in the whole room, but like a projector. I remember watching it before. It was when the task force had just been established. It was a tragic incident that I could never forget. The zombie creature incident that happened out of nowhere on Kotrara Island. You think it's a scene from a movie? No, it's real. If you're an active Taimanin, you should have heard of it. The incident that Momochi Toyo, a guy who went against the Japanese government, caused. However, we could have stopped it, though we didn't know what Momochi was up to. You know, for a long time, I wanted Momochi Toyo to be a playable character. That would have been, I think that would have been cool. And they made him, they like showed him as like an April Fool's joke, and I was so sad because they knew it was an April Fool's joke. I was like, ah. Because we knew about the existence of the biological weapon that could make people turn into zombies. However, we failed to retrieve it, resulted in the tragedy. Taimanin should never fail missions. Everybody says that. Do you know why? Because the things we handle are what law enforcement can't. And if things go sideways, they will destroy everything. Sorry, that was my phone. That's a lot of... Okay, never mind. A Total War boss. Astaroth. Yeah, Astaroth is being added as Total War. That's good. That's interesting. Do you think they'd add Momochi Toyo, or would they add like his big demon form, which is like the background boss? Which one do you think they'd add? Just like normal Toyo? Do you know why? Because the things we handle are what law enforcement... Oh, I read that. Some genius turned their heads away upon seeing people who had lived normal lives become zombies. That would be kind of scary, yeah. The video was that shocking. Unfortunately, I knew it was only the beginning. Yes, we failed the mission. However, this is not a game where you can start over from the base. By law, people who became zombies are biologically treated as deceased. So we have to alleviate them as soon as possible. Hey, do you know what that entails? Said Miss Ao, pointing to a junior student. Pardon me? I mean, we fight and take them down? The victims of the incident? Correct. Even if the opponent is innocent, we fight if it's our mission. It is, of course, to establish justice, but justice doesn't always guarantee the happiness of all individuals. I want you to think about what you should do in this kind of situation, but now I need you to focus on training. Miss Ao handed out data upon feeling the room become silent. Oh, okay. Handed out the data upon feeling the room become silent. And then she expanded the screen on the wall in the whole room. This one's a little bit awkward. Roar. No. Roar. What the? Relax, as a Taimanin, you need to be calm in every situation. Read the winning conditions from the document Miss Ao gave you. Suppress zombie creatures. Yes, and the situation right now? The biological weapon exploded and people who are affected by it started becoming zombies. And the zombies make more zombies. Then, what is our best option? We need to exterminate all the zombie creatures as soon as... Sorry, you're too perplexed. Didn't you hear what she said? We need to think about what we should do. Besides, we need to suppress them, not exterminate them. Huh? I heard it, but what about it? You dumbass, that means there's gotta be a way to do something about the zombifying. This is training, so... this may be a trick question, right? You're not going to stop thinking and jump right into killing all of them, are you? Is that true, Fuma? I'm not sure since I'm not on the management team, but I have some ideas. But if I tell you, it won't help you train. I'm just here for support. However, if you come up with an idea, I will help you with all my might. Right, and I think what Sakia-chan said is right. We might have to find a way to do something about it. Yes, yes. We need to show the adults what we can do, so they won't say we gave you all the hints. I didn't say that. Did you decide on a strategy? Then let's go. I'm gonna switch to Sora after this. Oh yeah, they're also buffing some characters, aren't they? They're adding was it Kirara? The passive skills for Kirara and then two other characters. I think it was, I forgot who it was. Murasaki, I think was one? Kirara, Murasaki, and then someone else. I can double check. Oh, Nagi. So you can tell that Nagi. Okay. That's right, yeah. I wonder what that's gonna entail, because I really like playing Nagi. Like, Nagi's fun to play. Nagi's fun to play. Yuki Kaze has been like a staple on my team for a while, but I took her out, switched her out for white. For my, raid team. What's going on? Nagi still doesn't have a decent weapon. Sakia grunts, slouching on a chair in an empty store, exhausted. His natural result, unfortunately, we dealt with the zombies who attacked us, but we didn't actively attack them first. So the zombies surrounded us, and as a result, we couldn't get any supplies or get any rest. We aren't even sure how long this place will hold before the zombies break in. Maybe there wasn't, I think. Sorry? I mean, I've been thinking about it since you mentioned it. The thing that the teacher said, or what Fuma said. And I've come to a conclusion. Is going full annihilation really what you mean? That you stop thinking? What if there isn't a way to find a cure? But even if it's true, the result would be the same as not thinking. Yeah, the result would be the same. However, saying that there's no point in thinking if the result is the same is not thinking in itself. Sora looked at me while saying that, and Fuma hasn't talked at all while we were trying to find a way to cure them, hasn't he? He did give us some information on the zombies' characteristics or weak points as if he just noticed, but still. Yeah, you're right. I was astonished, though I didn't let it show. I gave some advice as a supporter to allow them to realize things on their own, but it seems like they noticed that I've tried to stop them from concluding that there was no way to cure the zombies. However, it'll be enough if they figured it out on their own. Ah, right. There's no way to cure the zombified civilians, but all we can do is let them go in peace by killing them and stopping the proliferation. Actually, I was on this mission. I briefly told my experience on the mission, be nostalgic. Shikanosuke-chan? Oh, sorry. Did something happen? No, but you kept looking at where Fuma-chan is. Ah, yeah, right. I can't watch all of them if I only look at one spot. However, Shikanosuke got distracted again by Fuma's team's voice and video while saying that. Although he was in charge of watching all the situations in the simulation room and reporting if an emergency happened. Also, he was curious about what happened during the incident and learning about how Fuma's experience made him famous in a place he didn't know. Nagi's weapons. I have a pretty good, collection of weapons, so let me see what I got for her. I know I have her bodyguard weapon, like this one, the one that she got from, the bodyguard package. Increases damage with normal attack. This one's okay. I mean, it probably got power cut a little bit. Let's see. Raw strike. That's a melee attack. I should probably change it to this one. Let's see. Damage dealt to bosses. No, this one's not good. This is a Rin weapon. Rebellious weapon is just Garbo. Yeah, I think this one would be her best one, which Stormbringer by 30%, increases damage dealt with range attack. I mean, there's probably better weapons out there for other characters, but I don't know. I think this one's fine for now. Let's see. Who did I say I was gonna switch? Oh yeah, Sora.
Yoshi, ikimasu yo.
Weapon I'll use for for Kuko. Kuko Samael. Oh, thank you for the raid, Phoenix. Sora's renewal weapon stomps. Nana, good morning, everyone. Did you all have a great night? I like her look a lot. Yes, ma'am. The next day, the second day of camp, we gathered in a classroom for a theoretical class after breakfast. Though it was camp, we didn't make tents or something. Students were assigned to classrooms by gender and grades and slept together. They are juniors, but when all of them are elites, none of them talk too much at night or have a hard time sleeping just because they are in a different environment. Rather, it was I who had a difficult time sleeping early since I always stay up all night playing games or reading books. Relatable. Yawn. No, I swallowed my yawn because Nana almost caught me. Nana smiled at me and nodded. In the academy, she is famous for her saintly look, but I know whoever went on missions with her knows that she never forgives if you don't dedicate yourself to a mission. But I didn't mean that her saint look is just a temporary thing. After she was drafted into the task force as a supporter, there was a time when I was exhausted, and after seeing that, she made macarons for me. She is a woman who is cold-minded as a Taimanin, but also kind and warm senior. So today I'm going to teach you what kind of attitude you should have on a mission based on my experiences. While I was thinking that, Nana handed out documents that explained the conditions of a mission. And she asked the students how they think how do they think they should do while... Sorry? And she asked the students how do they think they should do while on the mission. Let students who raised their hands answer and described what did she do on missions. That was kind of awkward there. And she asked the students how do they think they should act while on missions. Let students who raised their hands answer and described what she does on missions. I think that would be a better way to put it. Some of the English in this is very, very awkward. Some boys who are her eager fans were shocked by their seniors' behavior as if their fantasy was shattered. But the juniors went through the mission quite smoothly since Nana adjusted the difficulty very well. Now the enemy's boss, who you cornered, has escaped through a hidden door. What should you be most cautious of? Yes? Not rushing to chase him because there is a possibility that there will be traps. Correct. A bomb was planted on the door, so the door would explode if anyone but him opened it. However, you can't predict where he'll run off to unless you go through his door. What if you don't have time to call an EOD? What could you do? A hard question put it at the end. The juniors looked at each other without a clue, and no one raised their hands. Hoo, a tough question, isn't it? Then how about the team leader of the Fuma team? Can you answer the question? Huh? Me? I hesitated upon being pointed at, but before I knew it, everyone was looking at me. I'm not only a senior to them, but I'm also the captain of the task force, so I should choose my words carefully. Nana pointed at me, knowing that as well. I considered various possibilities running through my mind. Nana, is a hidden door a wall? Hoo, very clever, but no, it isn't. It opens upwards like a window if you press the picture on the wall. Then, in this situation, I would ask Miss Murasaki, who would be accompanying me, to remove the picture together with the trap as a whole. Yes, that is correct. I calmed down, relieved upon seeing Nana wink at me after saying that. So that's it for the class. The most important thing I wanted you to learn through my class was you should be able to think outside of the frame when going on missions as Taimanins. I hope you can ignore preconceptions like when we solved the last question. Nana came down after wrapping up the class. It was after she left the classroom when I realized she made a joke by using the word frame when describing the thought process and the picture on the wall. Did she really say... Did she hit us with a dad joke? Hello everyone, good morning. I like how she has like the Christmas hat. The next person who appeared as a teacher was Himura Reina, who was the same grade as me. She didn't like this kind of thing since she wasn't uncomfortable talking to children or men. However, through volunteer works at orphanages, socializing with me and other men as part of the task force missions, she became comfortable enough to enroll in a position as a junior class teacher. You have improved. I felt like a father even though we were both in the same grade. What I want to tell you today is don't think about giving up or that you can't do it before the mission starts. She started to tell a story that I was sort of expecting to hear from her. She told a story of how she was forced to go on a mission, which she had ignored before, but how it ended up helping her broaden her views, and now she volunteers for missions because of that. And at that moment, when I thought she had finished talking, but I think I have to tell you this as well. The incident that happened when I started to see myself differently. She glanced down for a moment, looking reluctant, so I noticed what she was trying to say by that look in her eyes. It was the Angels in White incident during an emergency mission the other day. That mission was to rescue civilian kids. I was confident in taking care of the children. It wasn't just a thought, so the mission went smoothly. However, one of the kids was the one who caused the situation. She was the demon who controlled everything from behind the scenes. I didn't notice. She was among the kids I was closest to, and she kept giving me hints and messing with me, saying I would never know. But I treated them all the same as if it was a habit of mine. It was her regret revealing her mistakes. However, the whole class listened to her quietly, believing that it was something she wanted to convey. However, I didn't give up on spending time with the children. What I want to say here is, there's no telling what will happen on a mission, so never let your guard down because something feels familiar. And no matter what happens, do not be afraid to broaden your reviews. That's it for me. Reina, who was relieved to say everything she wanted, hurriedly finished the class, noticing the juniors blankly staring at her, expecting something more. And she came down with her body frozen and her face all red. Himuro-kun, thank you. Miss Ao was in the back of the class during the theoretical classes. Miss Ao, who was in the back of the class during the theoretical classes, came forward as if to replace Reina. So that's it for today's theoretical class. Have lunch after this and gather in the simulation room like yesterday. I'm going to give you an assignment to see if you understood the class as well. Let's say one of your teammates fell into a trap made by the enemy while on a rescue mission. If you try to save your teammate, the enemy will go to the room where the victims you've rescued are and take them hostage. However, if you don't save your teammate, he or she will die. What would you do in this situation? Said Miss Ao, and then she left to prepare for the afternoon classes without hearing answers. The juniors were left to discuss what Nana and Miss Reina had just said. Alright, let's start afternoon training. On the afternoon of the second day, Miss Ao greeted us in the simulation room, handed out mission materials, and explained the situation with the video, just like yesterday. Yesterday, you would have learned that Taimanins cannot fail in missions and that sometimes you have to make sacrifices. Today, we'll take it one step further. I want you to go through a mock mission while thinking about what it is to fail a mission and how much sacrifice is acceptable. I looked through the materials while Miss Ao explained. In it said that large troops of fire-manipulated demons were marching in, and leading the troop was a being with tremendous demonic power. The troops of demons being led That's the wrong form of lead. By the powerful enemy swept through the defense like crashing waves. I remember something similar to this scene. The conflagration of Kotrara Island, an incident that was so demanding, but one we pulled through thanks to the tight companionship, and Astaroth, the Queen of Inferno, in the center of the incident. I wasn't looking down on the juniors, but I thought this might be too demanding of them. However, when I looked at Miss Ao double-checked, she smiled as if saying there's no need to worry. According to the materials, it seems that one had to face Astaroth head-on, then I'll just do what I have to do as a supporter of the team. Meanwhile, Miss Ao finished explaining. and each team spread out to execute the simulation. Only a few minutes left until the enemy troops arrive, so what will you do? You're asking whether we will stay here and risk our lives to save the civilians, or give up on here and rebuild the defense line, right? Oh, why do you think so? I was thinking about the assignment Miss Aho gave us this morning, and about the mission failure and the sacrifices that we had to make. That's why I came up with it. Astaroth is... I think it's mentioned that like Astaroth was able to like melt bones in like an instant. That's like how strong her fires are. And then like Edwin Black is able to like regenerate in an instant. Hey, oh, whoa, what the heck? Hey Mizuki, how's it going? Thanks for the raid. What is up? Welcome to Taimanin Tuesday. Degen Day. It's Taimanin Tuesday, okay? That's what it is. It's Taimanin Tuesday. Sigh, my. What, am I wrong? Did you listen to the theory class properly? You didn't doze off, did you? They said throw away your preconceptions. I was so mad at my failure yesterday, so I looked back again and again. But still, I think I wasn't wrong. The only thing I did wrong was being stubborn and sticking to one solution, trying to look for the best way. But I wasn't wrong. Alright then, what specifically are you going to do? I'm not sure before it happens, but I will urge people to flee, and instead of risking our lives here, we'll hold them back while retreating. There may be casualties among us or those who can't escape in time, but I think that's a sacrifice we have to accept. Right, you're right, because this is not a game. Decide to abandon, and no good will come out of trying to protect both. But if so, I think it'd be better to request support from Gosha. Non-combat members will also be helpful in evacuating people. Good idea, I'll take that role this time, since I wasn't originally going to lead, so be careful not to do anything stupid, okay? Yes. I don't intend to either, but if the opponent is nothing much, is it okay to beat them down? You are right to throw away your preconceptions, but are you sure you can do it, even if the enemy commander is Astaroth, the Queen of Inferno? Oh shoot, my bad. I had a slip. It will be okay. Let them take it as a bonus hint from the senior. Come on, keep your head up. It will be hilarious to get crushed in one go when you're not... Oh, it would be hilarious if you get crushed in one go when you're not going to let up. I can switch to a Gunnar outfit after this mission. I think I have one for Sora. And then Foxfire is an instant. Yeah, it's a perfect dodge ability. That's a range attack? I think that's a range attack. Oh, we got a bag over there. Oh, I don't have a range for that. And that just blows them away because this is easy mode. You have to do easy mode before you unlock the harder difficulties, and all my characters are like maxed out. Or not maxed out, but like close to maxed out. You little. Ah, damn. At the dinner time after everyone finished training, Shikanosuke was trying to clear the Kochara Island defense mission, which the juniors had been on, alone in the simulation room after getting permission from Ao. But it was a mission that even the elites, although yet... No, wait. It was a mission that even the elites, although yet juniors, struggled with. It wasn't something Shikanosuke could handle on his own. Shikanosuke, who failed the mission several times, was collapsed in a heap in the middle of the floor, panting heavily. Then a girl approached and crouched beside him, handing him a bottle of cold water over... over a cold bottle of water. Good job, Shikanosuke-chan. Thank you. Hey, Shikanosuke-chan, is everything okay? I'm worried about you because you seem to overdo it these days. Maybe I am, but I can't catch up unless I overdo it. I want to know what it was like for Fuma, and what happened for him to have become who he is now. Interesting. Shikanosuke-chan, may I join you? You're strange, you know? Well, it's not my place to say, though. After emptying the bottle in one go, Shikanosuke tossed it into the garbage and got up. Alright, who's still here? Who wants to... who wants to vote on the outfit that I used for Sora? Actually, wait. If I put it to a vote, everyone's just gonna put the bunny girl outfit. Some of the English is pretty awkward music-y, so it's actually kind of hard to read sometimes. Let's see. I think I have most of her outfits. Yeah, I have most of her outfits. Oh, I could put it in bath towel. The bath towel outfit. The schoolgirl outfit. The idol outfit. FBI, open up. It's okay. Right now I'm looking through outfits for Sora. Let's see. So that's an idol outfit. This is her nine-tailed fox outfit. The maid outfit. Oh, that's awesome. Her buns have jiggle. The buns have jiggle physics. Alright, let's use that. The point is to never rush things. Waiting may seem easy, but it's really difficult. Time for the training camp's theory class in the morning of the third day. Same as yesterday, the senior Taimanins were supposed to give instructions to the young elites. And at the end, put the spring onion on top. And at the end, put the spring onion on top so the scent won't scatter because of the heat. With that, a bowl of the ultimate flavor is finally complete. Wait, that's a recipe for how to make yummy ramen. Yes, and... Based. I was shouting out unintentionally, saying, "What's yes?" Her name is Narita Akina. She is 1 year above me and is a very talented Taimanin. However, just as you heard, she's a ramen lover, and once she starts talking about ramen, she never stops. Moreover, unlike her interests, she's quite the beauty and her tone was somewhat cultured, so everyone was intently focusing on her words. Akina looked surprised to see the faces of Miss Ao and Nana, who were watching from behind the classroom after being distracted by my criticism. All of you fail. Eh? Get it? You didn't stop me even while thinking my speech was somewhat weird, but you just quietly listened. That's why I gave you a fail. On one mission I did before, the enemy boss begged for his life in front of me. I would have ignored bullshit like this as usual, but he started telling me the story of high quality ramen, knowing that I love ramen. It was the story of a bowl of ramen that he made with the money he had earned from all his misdeeds. I couldn't help but listen to him. What a dirty trick it was. In the meantime, he called for backup and almost escaped. Should just bonked him on the head with that hammer of yours. So what I want to say is be careful not to get too immersed in ramen stories. Akina, I think that might be a you problem. No? Okay, what about a speech on how to make soup then? Ouch! Thank you for the speech. Next, please. Nana, with a smile on her face, pulled Akina by the ear and dragged her down from the platform. I also heard that she almost lost the enemy boss on the mission, but the reason why that happened was not because of the ramen story. She probably just made it up to avoid reprehension. The junior elites who were listening carefully not to miss their senior's advice were also smiling bitterly. Anyway, the next speaker was sorry. I don't know how I said that wrong. Kugasa Hikage, my classmate and game mate. Yeah, she's shaken. Well, she's very shy. If it were her former self, as soon as she'd stood in front of this large number of people, she would have fainted. Ever since she started supporting the task force, she is now able to do things she wanted but was hesitant to do, and the fact she is even willing to do things like giving speeches shows she's come a long way. However, as if still nervous, she was hesitating about what to say while standing on the platform. Cheer up, tell us your story, it's okay to take it slow. Then some of the juniors encouraged her. After hearing that, only then did Hikage start speaking. I've participated in one game event before, but there somehow I ended up being pursued by the academy teacher. Ah, yes, I remember that event. Eh. Even though it was a private schedule, I went there with I was with a superior-like person with who I usually work on missions. Huh? That person misled me into shaking off the teacher. It felt like a duty, so I took his side and ran away with him. I had my doubts though. Hey, that's... But actually it was Fumo's fault, and I ended up getting scolded too. Can you believe it? He skipped extra class. Oh, he just got name dropped right there. This is bad. She's getting enraged more and more. What she was talking about was when I was being pursued by Miss Rin and fled by relying on her ninja art because I skipped the extra class. In the opening part of the speech, she seemed to hide that it was about me, but as she got excited like when playing the game, she ended up spilling everything. So what I meant to say is if you feel someone is doing something wrong, even if they're the captain of your team, you have to stop them at all costs, even if it means kicking their by slapping them in the face. That's it, bye-bye. Hikage finished speaking while glaring at me and simply came down from the platform. Maybe because I also unintentionally let out a slight yelp when she glared at me, the juniors around me sent me a cold glance. I think they noticed I was the one who skipped the extra class and went to the game event, mostly because of the information she leaked at the end. All I could do was hope the next speech would start soon. I felt like I was sitting on pins and needles. After the theory class that felt strangely long, the third day's afternoon training began. Today's training place was the mountain forest behind the academy, not the simulation room. From now on, you'll fight against the ninja beasts in the forest. Unlike the simulation, there is real risk of injury. Be very careful. This is a curriculum that even those who did not participate in this camp will take in class someday, so there's nothing to be nervous about. Furthermore, the assistants from the management side are tightening security just in case. I hope you fight to your heart's content. So first, Team Fuma, come out. Miss Ao and the three of us move forward. Miss Ao called and the three of us move forward. Alright, let's do this. Okay. We will. No need to say it. I talked to them, but Sakuya's voice was cold. Perhaps because of Hikage's speech earlier, Sora also looked somewhat anxious. Now go. I thought I should change the mood no matter what, but Miss Ao summoned the ninja beast without giving me time. That's a bear. There it comes. How will you handle that? Simple, by showing that I am different from who I was. That's it. Ha! When I ask, Sakuya dashes ahead without listening. She seems to have fought ninja beasts before. Wait, Sakuya-chan. Sora hesitated a little bit, taking turns looking at me and Sakuya, but she also stepped forward, following her as if she couldn't leave her alone. Hey look, over here. Too slow, now I'm here. Sakuya's skilled enough to be confident. She attracted the beast's attention with a brilliant feint and attack from its blind spot. Her movement wasn't bad at all. However, overconfidence is always a problem. What? Sakuya-chan. Their opponent is a ninja beast trained by the Taimanins of Gosha. The beast read Sakuya's intentions and knocked her over with a counterattack. Not only that, but the beast grabbed Sora's foot, who was rushing to help, and threw her over. When the claws and teeth of the ninja beast were about to hit the two, who became completely defenseless. Wind God's Rage. Ninja beast screaming. You know, they could have just called it a bear. I mean, it's pretty clear that this is a bear. At that moment, the wind rose around the two and the ninja beast took a step back. Stone Art Heavyweight. And then Akina, enhancing her weapon, broke in and confronted the beast. Thanks to them, Sora and Sakuya could back up and reorganize in any way they could. Hikage and Akina, who had made speeches in the morning theory class, were also participating in the training as assistants. What the? Were ninja beasts that strong? And not only that, the seniors, but they didn't seem like that. The juniors who were watching the training probably underestimated the ninja beasts after hearing that's in the curriculum they would eventually learn. And probably the same with their seniors too, after listening to their speeches. However, after seeing the two girls get attacked so easily and the seniors calmly handling the situation, they seemed to let go of their conceit. I ran to Sakuya and Sora. That's a very cute outfit. I like this outfit. It's very, very cute. Are you okay? Can you keep going? Yes. What a shame. Hey, easy, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Did you know that those ninja beasts have helped the teachers train? You better not look down on them. What? Were they the teachers' training partners? Yeah, Miss Tokiko also trains with them. I didn't know that. Their eyes changed. Now I understand why Miss Awa brought odd instructors to the field training on the third day when the juniors tend to slack off a bit. You know what went wrong, right? Underestimated them. I was excited for some reason. I thought we could do this because we had experienced strong enemies yesterday. Not only the beasts, but the seniors as well. I didn't intend to do so, but thinking now, I may have been underestimating them. Good, I guess I don't need to say anything further. I'm sure you two can fight well against the ninja beast on your own now. Oh, and I'm sorry to you too, Foma. Eh, for what? Stop pretending, please. Now that I think about it, you obviously lied to make us slack off, skipping the extra class and was going to the game. Now that I think about it, you obviously lied to make us slack off, skipping the extra class and going to the game event, wasn't it? And yet I was carried along that time, and I believed it. I'm sorry. Little did they know that actually happened. That's okay. Little did they know that actually happened. It's a bear. Oh, look, a bear! It was already the 4th day, the second half of the camp. Rika says, "Alright, let's get on with our day. Do we need to go through the theory class energetically?" So this is Mai on the left here, and this is Mari on the right. Hey, Mai-chan, don't say negative things like that. The theory class progressed as the juniors listened to the instructor's speeches one by one, so actually it wasn't that different from the usual class. However, now there were 3 fellow female seniors side by side on the platform, literally raising their voices. I thought about whether Nana and Miss Ao would warn them. I glanced at the back of the classroom, but they were just watching without caring much. It means they're probably Grimoire games, please. So, I'm going to read this verbatim first. It means they are probably have something in mind, so I turned my gaze back to the front. Sometimes I automatically correct these in my mind before I read them, and I read the corrected line. But sometimes when I see these, I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? What? Okay. Alright. At that moment, I jumped midair as if I was dancing. We usually call it a free fall from a high place. But she could do that because she trusted Mai-chan's papers would catch her from below. And surely I could understand their intention. Rika exaggerates the story, Mai tackles her about it, and Mari adds an explanation to it. Thanks to Mai's correction, Rika could smoothly proceed with her story, and Mai and Mari, who aren't good at speaking in public, could express their opinions without problems while talking to Rika. Above all, Mai was settling the questions and worries that the juniors would have, and Mari was explaining to them in more detail. I heard that videos where people do commentary on certain topics are popular these days, and the speech felt similar to that. Each one of them individually would not be the best instructor, but together they were better than the three people combined. Now here comes the climax. We skipped the story where you went on a rampage blinded by being expempt? That's a typo. Expem from the extra class. Well, it's not part of the main story, so. And the lecture continued into a story about how the 3 of them were able to defeat a strong enemy by working together. It was about an incident that had previously triggered the girls' interest in becoming supporters of the task force. They fought against Naga test subjects at the direction of Miss Rin. Their story about defeating the enemy together and not solo was enough to make the juniors believe that their words were true. After the three of them finished their speech and came down from the platform, Miss Ao took their place to complete today's morning theory class. How would you deal with an unexpected encounter with a strong enemy on a mission? Think about it until afternoon training. The juniors were given the same assignment as the second day, but this time they were thinking of their answers without panicking like last time. And even my teammates, Sora and Sakio, were thinking about it on their own and sharing opinions without my help. This afternoon's training is finally combat with the senior Taimanins. Yeah. Of course, their opponents are not just any regular senior Taimanins. They are the best of the best. If looked at individually, there's no chance of the juniors winning. But the juniors are allowed to make teams while each senior has to fight alone. If they noticed, no, I'm sure these two already noticed it. Mr. Fuma, may I have a word? Yeah, what is it? There's something we want to try, so? Oh, sure, if something happens, I can give you some advice just as I've done until now. No, we mean we would not like your advice this time. We thought we should try to find the answer by ourselves without any help. Impressive, that's what I was about to say, but both of them improved so much in just a few days. Well, we could have done this from the very beginning, though. Okay, I won't give you any advice or help this time. Try finishing this training successfully solely on your own. Okay, then, let's do this, Sora. Just as we planned. Oh, as we planned. I misread that. Generic sedan. What's this generic sedan doing in like this halfway to Area 51? What the heck? Oh. Okay, well I blew it up by accident. We have a Humvee right here. Another Humvee. Oh, it's Mari. And Micah. Oh, I just blew him away. I mean, this is easy mode, so. The field training on the 4th day ended safely, and the night before the 5th day. Everyone tonight, let all your fatigue go with our song. The idols of the Taimanin. Food and beverages are also prepared for you. Feel free to rest as much as you wish. Because tomorrow was the last day of camp, there was an after party going on. Of course, the party was not just to celebrate, but tomorrow they'll be testing on what they've learned for the 5 days in the camp, which is why they're here to relax before it. For this party, the idol group Canary, of which both members are also Taimanin, was invited. Their ninja art helps people recover from fatigue and rejuvenates. Satisfaction. It's truly an honor to play for the Canary. You too, be careful not to get excited and make a mistake. You're one to talk. And it was also Gosha's Taimanin, who are specialists in each instrument. And it was also Gosha's Taimanin, who are specialists in each instrument, who were going to play the Ado Taimanin songs. Miss Aoi and Miss Ibuki were already good friends, whereas Miss Kanade recently joined after an incident where they helped an Oni girl who was being chased in Amahara. She didn't seem to be a good speaker, but I saw her speaking with no problems quite often when she was with the other two. While listening to their best music and singing, the juniors were getting healed, regaining energy, and chatting with each other. Us assistants, including the seniors, had our dinner at a separate area, away from the juniors not to interfere with their mingling. Great work, Fuma. Just then, the head instructor of the camp, Miss Ao, talked to me. You too, is there a problem? No, your whole team was so good. Preparations for tomorrow finished much earlier than I expected. Since I'm here, I thought I'd take this opportunity to get friendly with the leader of this team. Stop it, you're embarrassing me. Sorry. You know that I'm straightforward, right? Also, it was easier to plan out a training schedule than it usually was. That means, I'm sure you've already noticed it by now, but the purpose of this training was to give the juniors a sneak peek of what it's like to work in the task force. But the training program wasn't made because you decided to help. I just thought that your experiences and your decisions are the best educational tool we have. Good work out there. Miss Ao, who had been talking eagerly, suddenly stopped, got up and greeted someone behind me. As far as I know, there are only a handful of people she acts like this towards. Oh, mama. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Both of you have done well. We heard something interesting and decided to listen. Standing there were Miss Asagi, chief commander of the Taimanins, and Shiranui, the Phantom, who is Yukikaze's mother and one of the top Taimanins to ever live. I know there's still the last day left, but I've read the reports on your accomplishments so far. Impressive. Indeed, which is why, from now on, the special camps theory and field training will be based on the missions done by the task force. Do you know why? Because the task force is versatile and there are demons in our team, and we've done many diverse missions. That's only half correct. One more thing. Fuma, your methods as a commander can be the start of a new wave in Gosha. A new wave? For us, the way of ninja was to train and strengthen ourselves endlessly. That is important, of course, but that alone wasn't enough to conquer the chaos of this world today. Not just simple strength, but strength as a force of Gosha. Fuma Kotaro, I wish for you and your team to be that leading example. After listening to Miss Asagi, I felt a huge responsibility that made me break out a cold sweat, but also determined. I don't know if I'm capable. I stopped talking midway. Before I knew it, several juniors were listening to us, pretending not to notice us. It's understandable, after all, Miss Asagi showed up in person to talk to one senior student. And so, alright, I'll try my best, I replied. Whew, okay. Okay, this... How are you rating? Whew, okay, alright. Let's get back into it. The fifth day, today's training wasn't split between morning and afternoon, but a full day of evaluation, as it was the final day of the special camp. Line up. I will now explain to you the rules of today's match. After that, Miss Ao hands each team a list of names. In it were the names of well-known senior students such as Hebiko and Shikanosuke. All the senior students on the list are spread across the match area and are waiting for you. Each team will have to find them and subdue them. The mission ends when all students have been subdued and captured. Remember, they won't just be hiding or running away. There will be times when they attack you. If a team is subdued, they will be temporarily eliminated. They will temporarily be eliminated. Sorry, I misread that. When all members of a team are eliminated, they will be disqualified. But if the sole survivor of your team succeeds in subduing one of the seniors, your whole team will be freed and you can return to the match. Unlike you, these seniors aren't in a team, so when they are subdued, they will be eliminated on the spot. Everything else you need to know is on the sheets I gave you, so have a read. I then read through the sheets of information. It had information like the match area, time, and how points were scored. This is just a drill, but I want you all to think of it as a real mission, that is all. The match will begin in 15 minutes from now, and each of you must enter the designated area as soon as you're ready. Those who are not in the area at the start time will be disqualified, so be careful. Miss Ao then pressed some buttons on her comms device. It beeped, setting on an alarm. Each team split up and began to devise a plan. As I watched, I saw Sora and Sakio who were running among them. So, what have you got in mind? I see, but there's something that's bothering me. Later, if we don't hurry, we're going to fall behind. Fall behind? Sora was about to say something, but was interrupted by Sakio. Sakio then shows her the sheets of information. Look here, it says for every student subdued, a point is given, but it also says the team who subdues the last student wins. It means to efficiently rack up points, it's best to make them fight with other teams, and then we should beat the last student standing to take the win. But since we don't know where they are, we should scour the area before anyone else does, confirm their locations, and find them when the fight begins. Hoo-hoo. Also, maybe I'm the only one who notices, but that person said the fight begins in 15 minutes, but she also said to be in the match area as soon as you're ready, right? So if you're not fighting, you can already be inside your area. Let's sneak in now, we have to come first. But Saki-chan, wait. Sora doesn't know what to do with Sakio, who was talking fast because she was in a rush. Sora looked at me for help, but when she realized I was quietly listening to Sakio, so she gave up stopping her. I don't agree with what Sakio wanted to do, but I just didn't intervene, and I didn't say anything, because they're the ones being evaluated. Quickly but discreetly, both entered the match area, and I followed suit. Hey, is this for real? Are you saying that in just 15 minutes a bunch of junior elite students are going to come at us? Meanwhile, Shikanosuke reads through the documents and starts shaking. Because of Fuma, he has been doing hardcore training, and even during the special camp he's been following the curriculum that the juniors have done with Hebiko. But thanks to that, he knew the difficulties in completing the training and realized how great the juniors who cleared the training are. This is Hebiko, who was reading the same document somewhere else, put her hand on her chin and moved. Then, as each team devised their plans, the 15 minutes were up, signaling the start of the match. Sora, now. Okay, I'm sorry. Whoa. Oh my god, what are you doing? Nothing much, just helping you subdue them. Helping, you came in and stole her capture. Yeah, can play later, time's ticking. Crit's teeth. Fuma, are you sure this is okay to do? What do you mean? Nothing, it's nothing. Stop chatting, you two. On to the next one. So that's a restaurant. Let's see. We're at a room. Cafe. Este? Oh, karaoke. Kyaba. It's ku, right? Kura? Kyaba Kura? Ah yes, my favorite shop. Clothes. As I'll say. Clothes, coat, shoes. Yes, my favorite shop. Are they still chasing us? Elec sonar, they're coming from that side. Then let's go here and... Huh? What? How? There's no one here. Tough luck. I heard there was an Elec user who was on the run. Yes, I'm also an Elec user. Thanks to your continuous pulse electric waves, we made and sent fake signals. Is this the end? Don't give up, Shikanosuke-chan. What? Arg. It's dangerous, we should split it first. Ah. Phew, it's hard taking down 3 people at once. Hebiko, thank you so much. Is it okay though? Is it okay for us to team up? Shikanosuke, did you read through the papers properly? It said we can't make a team, but nothing about cooperating. She's got a point. Did it? Okay then. I'll use my sonar this time to gather the others instead of running away. Right, Hebiko found you because of that. What, you came after me for my powers? Just joking. I mean, you're half right, but the other half was that I was worried about you, Shikanosuke-chan. Come on, let's get together with the others. Okay, no wait, someone's coming. I heard someone's fighting here, found them. One team has already been knocked out, let's avenge them. Oh, these guys are dead serious, come on, corner them. Whoa, look how many showed up. Oh, Fuma's team is there too. Looks like running away isn't an option anymore. Hebiko will buy some time so Shikanosuke-chan can continue to look for more seniors. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna blow them away. With the ultimate. Just ult and win. Hebiko wincing. Hebiko, they are young, but they are elite juniors, alright? Without my command, Hebiko lost her balance being pushed by the oncoming forces. Shikanosuke-chan, go. I don't think Fuma will give them any direct orders. Is that so? Take this, Elec Spark. But Hebiko didn't go down without a fight. When she realized I wasn't giving commands, let alone the slightest tip, she made Shikanosuke run. Hebiko is very cute. I do like her. She's very, very cute. I want to pat her head. If I were to give a command, it would have been to look out for Shikanosuke's escape route. No, not if Shikanosuke was alone. I don't know who realized it first, but Hebiko and Shikanosuke were working together. That was the answer. Because Hebiko knew this, she was trying to protect him at all costs, but now that she knew she lost, she made him run. Damn it, did you lose him? We can't get him anytime. This is more important. We can't afford to lose the final score. but Sakia and the juniors alike only had thoughts of subduing this powerful enemy in front of them, all apart from one person. Sakia-chan, wait. Huh? What? Okay, enemy subdued. What? Hey, we lost a point. Sorry, but listen, all of you listen, we might even fail this mission. What are you talking about? Sakia-chan, and you guys too, you guys are only thinking of racking up points, but what is the objective of this mission? To subdue the seniors? Right, racking up points wasn't a part of the mission. Then why is there a point system? Isn't this for the evaluation? Was it? Was it written anywhere? No, you might be right, then why? I can't say for sure, but normally our seniors shouldn't team up together, but when I saw them, and one of them let the other escape, I thought it was that for sure. For sure this point system is a trap to stop any of our seniors from teaming up and working together? If this is true, see, look, it says here in the seniors' point system, there's no advantage in letting someone else escape if you prioritize points. But Sakia being criticized by her best friend, being criticized by her friend Sora in front of the others, realizes that she was wrong, but her ego wouldn't let her accept it. But the others around her were beginning to agree with Sora. Sakia-chan, think about it. The instructor said, think of this as a real mission. There are no points in a real mission, right? Sora's last sentence was all Sakia needed to believe her and no longer refute. We need to hurry. If that senior lets the other seniors know about this and work together, we might be in danger. Sora then asked all the juniors what their talents and ninja arts are and began to devise a plan. Did Sora already know? Probably not, because she was trying too hard to make up for her not letting the others know about this much earlier. It was exactly the kind of command that I always do in the task force. But it will take a long time to gather any of the other juniors who aren't here right now. Oh, will it? But, then let's lure Shikanosuke and gradually get together. Is there anyone who's good at persuading? At first, Sakia, who had complicated expression as Sora led, slowly accepted and helped her out. Is this the new wave? I think of what Ms. Asagi said earlier. I even felt this new wave come in. There's someone here too. Shikanosuke, taking advantage of his mistake from earlier, used his sonar ability not only to sense others nearby, but also tried to contact his other senior friends by using several ninja tools. He couldn't say for sure, but something didn't feel right. The juniors who were sporadically appearing from nowhere seemed to be moving with a single objective on their minds, in their minds. Did Fuma begin to help them now? But it doesn't seem so. Shikanosuke, who knows Fuma well, thinks he wouldn't be doing any commanding in this match. So that fact that he noticed a trap in the document, he also won't reveal this to anyone. Which is why this just happens to feel that way. However, the fact he knew this much didn't help him. Bzz, poof. What's this, paper? Something exploded in front of Shikanosuke. As he jumped out of the way instantly and looked down, there were pieces of ripped paper on the ground. And as Shikanosuke stepped on them, they exploded. It's because he was focusing on detecting the others, he wasn't paying attention to the surroundings. A combination of paper and fire art. Shikanosuke didn't follow Fuma's footsteps in this camp. He noticed this and tried to return to where there were no papers by stepping backwards. What? But suddenly a wind blew and the papers began to move where he was going to go. This is no coincidence, this is the work of a wind art user. Arg, ouch. The paper being controlled by the wind explodes. Shikanosuke runs for his life. Where he ran away to was... We've been waiting for you, Shikanosuke. With Sora in the middle was a group of juniors. Fuma was nowhere to be seen. Ha, I see. I guess devising a plan isn't something only Fuma can do. I surrendered. Shikanosuke still assumes his fighting posture while he says this, but the results were clear. Not long after, all the seniors were subdued and captured by the juniors who had worked together. Good, everyone's here. I will now evaluate this match. In conclusion, in this special camp, all participating juniors, you've passed. All the juniors began to cheer at her words, but Miss Ao holds up her hand to stop them. However, I can't give you a B grade. Most of you are E's and only a few got D's. I'm sure you all know why. If you simply remembered all the things that you have learned from this camp, then you would have noticed the trap and felt something was off. That said, I think there are even some senior students who need to reflect on themselves. She then takes a quick look at the senior students but doesn't say anything else. This camp was meant for junior students, so they have to reflect on themselves. However, this controlled movement was impressive, to think that it was organized in such a short amount of time. Thanks to this, you turned the tide, and everyone who got eliminated early has also passed. For those who got E's, This would have been a failing grade for you. With a bit of thought, you could have gotten the best grade possible, so keep that in mind. Well, I'd like to say that's the end of special camp, but I was about to announce the end of the camp, but for some reason she was grading as if there's something more. Some of the juniors must have known as they became excited. Looks like some students have heard the rumors about the final part of special camp, the 1v1 competition. That reminded me, when I participated in special camp before, even then there was a 1 versus 1 competition at the very end. New wave indeed, the strength of Taimanins will be important as a group, but obviously the strength of an individual is also an important factor. I must also become stronger. I happened to mutter the same thing as Shikanosuke, and we looked at each other. Then we laughed together, embarrassed. Do you think they'll ever add Shikanosuke as a playable character? I know he's a guy, but still. I'll let you lead during the evaluation match, but I'm not going to lose to you, sir. I'll beat you, and someday I will outperform you when there's another special camp. I'm not going to lose to you either, Sake-chan. Ha! Yeah! And then the 1 versus 1 competition began. The matches were decided randomly by lottery. The first match was, to my surprise, Sakuya versus Sora. It looks like when the girls were divided into teams. Or it's like when the girls were divided into teams. It seems like they were connected by fate. Come to think of it, it's been like this whole camp. When Sakuya slipped up, Sora made up for it, and when Sora hesitated, Sakuya took the lead and guided her. They always covered each other's weaknesses. Both of them still have much to learn. But if they work well together, they'll eventually be representing Gosha as 2 great Taimanins. However, if by a twist of fate, the 2 of them split, I suddenly have a bad feeling about this. As close as we all are, the future may be frightening. Wait, what am I thinking? There's no way this 2 friendly girls will split up. That should be these 2 friendly girls who will split up. And brush these unnerving thoughts off and focus on the match. Alright, let's blow the normal and hard difficulties away, and let's use Hebiko because she's cute. What outfit should I use for her? I could use her Shikanosuke outfit. Yeah, let's use the Shikanosuke outfit.
Fuma-chanのパートナー、ヘビコ水産。哀愁ヘビコ参上。よろしくね。
Sever, Octopus Fuel. I mean, yeah, this is a nice setup, I guess. This is a nice outfit for Hebiko. I actually like this one. Like a mix of Sanae and Nepgear. I mean, I guess she's got the green hair, but I wouldn't. I mean, I guess she is octopus. Well, she's octopus themed, not snake themed, despite the fact that she has Hebi in her name. Wait, do these enemies like spawn like immediately? They don't. Oh wow, yeah. I think I've seen that in a while. Like where the enemies are already there when the fight starts. Usually the enemies like pop in. Double reverse grip. I have the debuff. I'm moving so slow. Okay, there we go. I'm actually wondering if they'll ever add a male character, like a male playable character. I mean, the obvious answer would be to add Fuma, because he is like the main character. But, well, I mean, if they add Fuma as a playable character, I mean, would they add him as like a welfare character? Like you get him for free, like no matter what? Like you don't even have to pay gems for him? I mean, I guess that'd be kind of interesting. I'm wondering what character would I want? You don't think Action Taiman is going to add male characters? Really? You don't think so? I mean, I know the focus of Taimanin is the female characters, and that much is obvious, but... I mean, they have the assets for Shikanosuke, so... I mean, they could add him, technically. They aren't even adding characters from the story. Well, I mean, I guess Sakio would be like the next obvious character to bring in. Or maybe like the adult Yukikaze, which is like the own Yukikaze in this one. They aren't even adding characters to the main story. I mean, aside from Momochi Toyo, haven't they added most of the characters from the main story? Because I think it's basically just Momochi Toyo that's like the only character that they haven't added, or Sakio too. Yeah, but Squad's using everyone. You can like unlock literal orcs in Taimanin Squad, so I mean, you can also recruit everyone black apparently. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I think it'd be pretty funny if they added a male character, but I just don't know which male character they'd add. I mean, they have like 3 options like right now, I think, which would be Shikanosuke, Fuma, and Nao. But I think the next one would probably be Sakio. I think Sakio would probably be the next like female character. Would you buy costumes for male characters? I mean, that depends. Male characters. I mean, I'm like a weird person to ask because I actually don't like Oboro a lot, but the reason I picked her up is because, well, I had the gems, and like having her as a character gives me extra AP, so. But she's like my lowest character, like she's like my weakest character. Like I literally built her up just because, well, it's a waste of resources if I don't like use her, so. So like, yeah, I got the costumes for her and stuff like that, but you know, I don't really like her. That's why she's like collecting dust for the most part compared to like all my other characters. But I mean, like, basically every gacha game always gets like preference. Surprise, surprise, everyone like women. Aurora's pretty OP in 1v1 fights. That mind control is very game breaking. Yes, that you're correct. You are absolutely correct in that. I still don't like Oboro. It's like I just don't like Oboro as a character. I have a I tend to not like villainous characters, especially if they're like unrepentantly evil. And Oboro is one of those characters who's just like unrepentantly evil. It's why I like Ingrid, because Ingrid has like Ingrid is at least like, despite the fact that she's technically like an evil character because she's working for Black, she still has like honorable aspects to her. But Oboro doesn't. And Oboro is just like a bitch. That's why I don't like her. But I like Ingrid, and then White, and I don't know how they characterize White in RPG or Battle Arena, but in this game she's actually like, she has some redeeming qualities to her. Yeah, I know Oboro's an evil clone, but I know Oboro's the evil clone of Kokawa Oboro, but well, I mean, I guess we could get her. We could get her, but I mean, I guess she uses the same weapon that Tokiko uses. The dagger, or the kunai. But I don't know. You know what? The very interesting question. I think I just ult him. Yeah, I can ult and end this. Zaida, do you think they'd add Yoshizawa Kana to Action Taimanin or Taimanin Squad? Well, I mean, Taimanin Squad probably, but what about Action Taimanin? And I guess by extension, would they add Tsugi to Karin? Should eventually be in Squad. Yeah, Squad. They're adding like so many characters to Squad from the beginning, so it's. I wouldn't be surprised if they like, if like every banner was like 2 characters in Squad or something like that. Because I know like some like archetypes is like basically 2 characters every banner, 2 or 3 characters every banner. But in Action Taimanin, I'm not sure if they'd add I'm not sure if they would add her. But then again, we also got Ozma, who was, I feel like Ozma was like a left field character. Like no one expected her. But here in Action Taimanin, they have a weird habit of only making popular characters playable. I feel like Ozma was kind of like, well, Ozma was kind of left field because I think she was relatively unknown compared to a lot of the other Taimanin girls. But I could be talking on my ass, so. Asuma's from Carol's story. She's not really from Taimanin story. Yeah, she was actually not originally Micah's sister. He was just like a character in the own self-contained universe. But then when they welded Kara's story into the Taimanin universe, they wrote in Asuma as being Micah's sister. But I feel like Asuma was like a left field character. No one really expected her. I mean, like, you know, you could expect, you know, characters like Mari. Took Mari 5 years to join the game. She was like the first event boss too, or like the second. She's pretty big on Kara and the Bloodlord story. She's like Vegeta there. Yeah, that's fair. I still feel like some of the characters that they added weren't like the most popular at the time. Azusa maybe. I'm pretty sure Azusa probably wasn't like the most popular. She's like more of a Dark Horse character than. I mean, I'm sure she's popular, but not like comparatively speaking to like other characters. Though she's not as strong as here in AT, I think they swapped Kara and Ozma power-wise on actually Taimanin. I mean, that's gacha games. Gacha game power scaling is always wild, you know? Arknights has this, like, in spades. I love Arknights, but, like, there's a lot of gameplay and story segregation. Let's see. Can I... number. So these are the first three. Emily is a completely original character. So is Noah. And you said Sue and Langjiang are actually Taimanin originals, right? So we can't really gauge them from like a popularity perspective. Noah is original too. Eleanor was a character I definitely did not expect. Spino and Lapis are original characters. I don't know. Sara's AT original? She is? I could swear she was in RPGX first. Huh. Okay. She wasn't on RPGX? Okay. Okay, I could be getting my timeline mixed up. I swear she's in RPGX like today. Like she's recruitable in RPGX, but I guess she came out in Action Time on the first. Let me see. Recent collab of RPGX and RPGX got the Taimanin AT original characters, all of them, like including like Emily and Noah and all those other girls. Huh, that's interesting. That's a good question. What is it, level? No, it's not level.
Kimi ka. Ohayo.
Let's see, let's do some of this.
これで終わりか。
道は開けたみたいだな。頑張れよ。
That's interesting though. I didn't know RPGX got like all that stuff. Okay, that's cool.
Kimi ka. Ohayo. どこに行くんだ?
And I guess we got about 20 minutes left. I think I can. Well, let's burn through the rest of my AP real quick.
少し休むか。さあ、号令をかけてくれ。準備はできてい
I
る。
need some beats anyways.
Ta! 張り切っちゃいますよ。むふん。
And then I'll do Aisawa, I'll read through Aisawa Ao's bond event, and then I'll close out the stream. Hell yeah, almost done.
君か、どこに行くんだ?
Let's read Aisawa Ao's bond event. So let's see. She's suppressing all that. Ba, 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 ba. There she is, right here. Taimanin, light art user. Her nickname, the Dual Stabber, comes from her using a special weapon that Section 3 and Research Institute of Anti-Demon Science developed together. She's so strong-minded and confident that she even talks down to people older than her, making others get nervous. But other professionals acknowledge her talent, so her behavior is accepted to some degree. She seems to enjoy going camping alone on her day off on a motorbike. And what's her... Oh yeah, she has these gauntlet things. Biker chick.
くそ、どこにいるんだよ、相沢さんは。
Oh yeah, I forgot these are voiced. No matter how many hours I wandered in this rough mountain, still unable to find the person I was looking for, I sighed. Even if I train, searching for someone inside a mountain requires more concentration, and it's also more fatiguing. The mountain is so remote that it's almost untouched by development. Even public transport only goes up to an area that's much further from the foot of the mountain. I managed to get a bus there, but from then on I began walking on a path that wasn't even a proper one, endlessly hiking. Although I set foot here in the morning and now it's evening, I still haven't found her. Looks like it's a bigger mountain than it actually seemed from the base.
さすがに日が落ちる前には下山した方が良さそうだけど、その前に。
The moment I was about to say, where can I rest, the scenery that hid behind the woods suddenly opened. An open place like this would be nice, a nice camping site for the night. As I got out of the forest, there was already someone else in the area. This person had already put her tent up, made a fire, taking care not to let the forest catch on fire, and was boiling water, enjoying camping alone.
相沢さん、よかった。やっと見つかった。
I saw Al turns in my direction from the campfire at my voice.
なんだ、誰かと思えば話題沸騰中の風魔じゃないか。こんなところに何しに来たんだ。
There was a hint of curiosity and protest as to whether or not I was going to interrupt her time alone. Nevertheless, she didn't seem extremely displeased, so I approached her relieved.
すいません、お邪魔してしまって。
This is a cute outfit, a cute
急用
simple
がありまし
outfit.
て、相沢さんを探していました。
急用ね。こんな山奥までご苦労さん。しかもその格好、一人で歩いてきたんじゃないか。
それはまあ、でもそれを言うなら相沢さんもそうでしょ。
When I responded this way, she grinned as if she understood something.
それが実はそうでもない。ここまで来たんなら、ここら一帯が井川の土地だってことは知っているな。
はい、こちらの方に向かったという情報を聞いたとき、調べました。
そうか。なら次からはぜひその情報から一歩進んで調べてみるべきだな。
With that, she took out a handkerchief from her backpack beside her.
それは
井川さくらのハンカチだよ。ここらの獣はさくらに従順でよく懐いているからな。彼女の匂いがするものを嗅がせれば協力的になるんだ。
She then puts it back in the backpack and spreads her hands out at the open area where we stand.
こういう山奥の快適な広場にも自らタクシーを務めてお客様を案内してくれるってわけ。
そんな方法が？というかそれじゃあ、さくらは相沢さんがここにいることを知ってたんですか？
まあね、ハンカチを借りるために連絡したら、今は御社にいないって言うから、部屋の入室許可をもらって借りてきたんだ。
I was busy asking around to look for where she went, which she was right under my nose the whole time. Furthermore, if I asked Sakura where Miss Aisawa was from the very beginning, I wouldn't have wandered around the mountain for hours.
はあ、なんて骨折り損だよ。
I had no energy to stand and drop to my knees and then lay down on my back as if I no longer cared for anything. The touch and smell of weeds as if they'd been freshly cut made me feel like my fatigue was being restored, even if it was just a little bit.
まあそうぼやくな。いい勉強になったし、いい鍛錬になっただろ。
そうですね。そう思うことにします。俺自身少し視野が狭くなっていたみたいですし。
Because I had only been thinking of delivering the urgent matter, I ended up focusing on finding her whereabouts a bit too much. If this was a real mission, this would have pushed my team into danger. I should always be aware of it. While I looked up at the sky, reflecting on myself, suddenly a fragrance scent tickled my nose.
この匂いは。
大方ここで休憩しようとしていたんだろう。ほら、一息入れるといい。コーヒーだ。
ありがとうございます。いただきます。
coffee. How's the smell of coffee? The scent of coffee in the cup eases my heart. As I drink it carefully not to get burned, the coffee's bitter taste relaxes my mind, and it felt like the caffeine and moisture was seeping into my body.
うまいです。
なあ、大自然の中で飲むコーヒーは格別だ。
もしかしてそのためにわざわざここまで。
せっかくの休日だからな。誰にも邪魔されずのんびりと過ごしたかったんだ。まあそれも終わりのようだが。
She then looks at me and quietly urges me. After realizing what she wanted, I nodded and pulled out a letter with a luxurious seal from the bag.
辞令というほど大げさなものじゃありませんけど、上からもらった命令書です。今後しばらく特務中隊のサポートをお願いします。
忙しいって噂の特務中隊か。まあやりがいはあるだろうな。わかった。文句はない。
As if she didn't want to see the paper, she waves it off and tells me to put it back.
ありがとうございます。これでなんとか次の計画が立てられるな。よっと。
When I drank the rest of my coffee and stood up, she looked up at me with surprise.
なんだ、もう出発するのか。
ええ、相沢さんが加入したことでフォーメーションや部隊構成を決め直したいんだ。あ、もちろん相沢さんはしばらくこちらにいても大丈夫ですから。
I told her she didn't need the rush, but she said nothing with a complicated face, then slightly sighed.
ということはすぐに任務があるわけじゃないんだな。
ええ、今のところは。でもすぐにでも動けるよう早めに考えておかないと。おっ、
Suddenly something blocked my sight, cutting me off. As I take a closer look, it looks like a fishing rod.
相沢さん、これは
釣り竿だ。
それは見ればわかりますけど。
隊長に言うのもなんだが、お前はどうもせっかちというか余裕が足りないな。ここですか。
せっかくですけどやることがまだ。
隊長に言うのもなんだが、お前はどうもせっかちというか余裕が足りないな。ここで少し時間の使い方を学んでいくといい。やるべきことなのはわかるが、今日明日に必要なものでもないんだろう。それに疲れ切った頭が一日やそこらで考えた作戦で私を使いこなせるのか。
それは。
There's nothing to say, but I'll do what I can. As if reading my mind, she sighed once again and smiled.
私を満足させる作戦を考えるためにも少し休んでいけ。疲労を取るのももちろんだが、贅沢な時間を味わって余裕を得るのも大事だ。
わかりました。
I thought he was going to say only this, but it turns out the voice line is extended.
わかりました。お言葉に甘えます。
So he says I understand, and then I don't know what the rest of that says. But he says a lot more than just okay.
よし、それ
No,
でい
wait,
い。
did I read that?
さて、そうとなればまずは近くの沢で夕食の調達だ。
I took the fish rod as I answered her, and she finally smiled with satisfaction. I will teach you the basics of camping, she said as she stood
と
up.
言っても最低限の野営の準備しかないんですが。
私が用意しているのを使えば2人でのキャンプくらいはなんとかなる。
Let's go, she said as she grabbed my hand, about to go. I was sort of forced to camp with her, but it doesn't seem too bad. Indeed, I haven't had a real break these days, and it's not a bad idea to get some good rest here. Above all, if I could talk with her while fishing or camping, I can find out more about her, and it will be helpful to the future of the task force.
休めと言った矢先にもう仕事のことを考えている顔だな。それは
Guilty.
すいません。
何を考えていたかは大体わかるが、まずは休め、キャンプを楽しめ。そうしなければ私は一切自分のことは話さないからな。
わかりました。そうします。
It's a bad habit of mine indeed. I shake my head and reflect on myself. I should do as she says and enjoy this moment. After the short moment of self-reflection, I went fishing with her on my own accord, not forced. That is a wholesome story. I like that one. Okay. I think that's a good place to end it. So we did the event. We finished it off, and we did Aisawa's Bond event, which I have because I played this game since basically release.
私が見守っているぞ。
She's my favorite. Alright, let's see if I can rate someone. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. It will be more Lords of Shadows tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I think it's more Lords of Shadows tomorrow. So, let's see. First, let's see if I can send you in a fun direction. Rinny Poo is streaming right now. Yeah, I'll send y'all to Rinny Poo. She's playing Breath of Fire right now, so treat her well. She's a good girl. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Lords of Shadows tomorrow.